The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus to read 5 minutes. Published 30.10. 2019 updated 30.10. 2019 The movie, To Live, by the young director Yuri Bykov reminds us of a parable. An ordinary man on his kopeck, with his dog comes to hunt with a double-barreled shotgun for ducks. Suddenly someone runs out of the woods to him, chased by 3 men with guns. The hunt is interrupted. The fugitive forces the hunter to urgently wind up his fishing rods, having forgotten the dog in the woods. The pursuers are more than serious. The car is shot at, windows are broken, miraculously no one is wounded. Obviously, the guy is going to be killed. Now Mikhail's life, that's the hunter's name, is also in danger. But then the car gets stuck in the mud and the 2 men have to go on foot. On the way, the fugitives talk at will. The guy is extremely uncommunicative and emphasized cynicism. Mikhail, on the contrary, tries to find out something about his new acquaintance and what he has behind his soul. But the stranger is clearly disinclined to turn his soul inside out. He has one answer to everything, though in different words: if you want to live, you will do anything. Mikhail, on the contrary, speaks with pleasure about his family, his aspiration for a right life, his faith in God. And he loves his dog. By the way, she has found an owner. How much joy! However, not only the dog followed the trail, but also a terrible trio of killers. And then it becomes clear that the dog's barking will give them away. The stranger demands Mikhail to kill the dog. Mikhail refuses and then the guy strangles the dog with his belt. This scene in the movie seems unbearable to many people, much more inhuman than everything that happens next. So, we see how a simple and good man Mikhail becomes a victim of some evil criminal, without soul and conscience. But not everything is so simple. Further in front of them is a river, on the other bank of which is a fisherman with a car. The fugitive asks to transport them. The fisherman is quite reasonably afraid. Then the stranger demands Mikhail to take the fisherman in his crosshairs while he swims across the river and takes away the car keys. Mikhail does not have the courage to shoot when the fisherman drives away. The fugitive's paths diverge further. The stranger alone goes to a fur farm with an abandoned house. There he is overtaken by his pursuers, but he manages to overpower one of them and snatch a weapon. But the pursuers also have a trump card. They bring out Michael, whom they manage to capture. Now the fugitive is faced with a choice: to escape alone in the car of these 3 or to rescue Mikhail. He chooses the second, does not abandon the hunter. Only then he dares to tell him his name, Andrei. And here they are driven by the pursuers into a ruined cowshed, where Andrei has a seizure. They are doomed. And then Mikhail begs the pursuers to spare him, as he wants to live. Well, he is given a chance to survive, but at what cost? What is the meaning of Bykov's movie Live? The unusually deep and poignant script of the movie, To Live, authored by director Bykov himself, seems to reveal to us the whole nature, the whole essence of humanity. At the beginning of the film we see a good, angry man Michael, who even apologizes to his dog. Andrei is not like that at all. He often says terrible, cynical things and scares us with his whole appearance, a typical scumbag, a subhuman from the 90s. Mikhail is a believer, God-fearing and positive. Andrei has neither God nor hope in his soul. He keeps telling Mikhail that he will kill him if he has to. Because he who wants to live will do anything. And so the action unfolds in front of us, which tests everyone for strength and authenticity, changing the hero's places by the end of the picture. Are you really as good as you think you are? Maybe you've just never faced death and a real choice, when it's either you or you. How many people in the world sincerely consider themselves good only because they have never smelled gunpowder and never passed real tests, worse than university exams? It is not without reason that in the final scenes the grandfather appears, a hopeless alcoholic who symbolizes the voice of conscience in this bloody mess. He asks everyone, both the pursuers and the fugitives, why all this? Why the shooting, the fighting, the brutality? Look around, everything is already destroyed, everything is lost and dead in the country. But the grandfather was finished off to keep quiet and out of the way. The director Yuri Bykov himself in one interview said unequivocally that the moral choice facing Mikhail was simple and clear. There was no need to kill the man in the cowshed, even if he strangled your dog and he was a stranger to you. If each of us remembered our humanity and duty to our neighbor, we would have a different country. What is each of us willing to do for a stranger? Bykov warns us, don't get your nose in the air, don't think you're good. You don't know what you are. The meaning of the ending of Bykov's movie To Live. The hero of the movie makes a choice. He will save his good life at the cost of the life of someone unknown to him, some dashing man, probably with a bad biography. After all, it was Andrei who got into his life, who killed the dog. Only Andrew did not kill Michael, did not abandon him when he could have saved his own life at the cost of his, also a stranger and unnecessary. And we see how the righteous become cowards and scoundrels, and sinners, real people. And all this in the face of the central question that confronts us all. That question is death.